Hi, welcome back to another video from wappler. In this video, I'll be showing you how to work with Framework7 themes, how to customize your page. So right now, our page doesn't look too much great. So in order to do that, we have to learn how to work with themes in Framework7. So right now, this is how it looks. The button doesn't look okay, and the links. So let's go to the Framework7 docs. Okay, docs. So let's search theme. Themes. So by default, we have different color themes. We have red, green, blue, and so on. So this is it. So in order to use each or any of these themes, you have to add it to your page. So let's assume we want to work with the color red. Then you can add it to our page like this. So you can add it to the app root or the view or any element or any elements. So let's just add it to the app root. So class, and let's do that. So now theme color now is red. See, immediately it changed to red. So now our theme is red. So if we go for another color, it will be the same. So it doesn't apply to the app root. You can also customize individual blocks in your page. So let's say let's add it to another block. Okay, let's just add a block, and the block, let's add a paragraph, okay, and a link there. So let's customize the theme for this block. Let's give it a green theme. So you see it changes. So this is tell you that you can customize individual block or you can customize the whole page. So it depends on what you want to do. So let's move on. So in order to work with dark theme in our app, we have to add a theme dark class to our page. So you can do that one with JavaScript or you can toggle it. So let me show you how you can do it with. Let me show you how you can toggle it. So let's add a JavaScript class. Okay. So let's just create a JavaScript file. I call it. Actually, no need. So since we won't be, let's just add it to the page as a script. Let's add it to the page. So let's create the function. So this is the code that we need to use. So we want to add the class to our app root. So its ID is app. So let's use the ID. So and the name of the class we want to add, theme dark. So when we call this JavaScript function, we want to add this class, this team dark class, to the output. So let's use the button to do that. So let me add an extra button to this. So let me call it toggle dark mode. Okay. So let's add a click event and run JavaScript. So this is the name of the function. We don't need to add the parentheses. So just need to type only the function name and save. So that should work. So sorry, I must have gotten it wrong. Okay. Okay, what's missing? Okay, sorry. And this is missing. Okay, now that should work. Yeah. So now we are toggling the dark mode in our app. So if you want to, you can extend the code to toggle it back to light mode. So I'll just remove that for now. So if you are interested in toggling from dark mode to light mode, you can extend the code. So what I'll just do is I'll just show you how to toggle the CSS class in the page. So instead of doing this, instead of running the JavaScript function, so what I'll do is I'll add a variable. So for the variable, so we want to toggle a CSS class when the theme is dark and when the variable values is dark. So let's call it theme dark. So this is the name of the class that we want to use when the variable value is dark. So this class name. So we just say when this variable value is dark equals to dark. So that's it. So but the default color is white. So we are going to use this button to toggle it. So let's go. So let's remove this and add a condition. So we want to check if it is white, if the variable value is white. Variable value is equal to white. Then we are going to make it dark. I'm going to turn the variable value to dark. So let's add an else. Let's duplicate this. So else, if the variable value is dark, then we want to make it white. We are just setting the variable value. That's what we are doing. So and let's also work on the button test so that it can attributes display inner test. So for this I'm going to use a ternary operator So we want to check if the variable value is equal to white. So we are checking if the value of the variable is white, then we want the test to be toggle light mode, not toggle dark mode, sorry. So but when it is dark, then we want the test to display toggle light mode. Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, so now it's working. So let's do it in our page. I think that's remaining one more. I didn't save this, sorry. Let me just quickly do it. So that's it. So everything should work fine now. Okay, this one is working, and it remains our chat toggle when this is dark. I think we need a So what we are saying is, when this variable value is equal to dark, then the app should toggle this dark theme, this class. It should add this class, but when it's white, then it should ignore the class. So why is that not working? Sorry, I forgot to add the curly braces, quotes. So everything works fine now. So now we are toggling the class now with the button. So you should go ahead and try that. So another thing we want to do is, let's customize our button. So right now, this is how our button looks. I don't think this makes sense, so let's customize this button there. So you first add the button class, and you put the color red. So the color red will be, we change the font color of the button. So actually let's just copy this because right now it doesn't have a class. Is it the button? Let's just paste the class there. So now it changes. So you can also, I think you can also add the background color. Yeah, let's add the background color. Let's give it a weird background color. Let's say blue. Now it has a blue background color. I want to change this one white. So now it has a blue background color. I think there's nothing much to look for here. So there are also primary colors. The primary color is just the default theme color. So currently our theme color is red. So also that means our primary color is red. So yes, let's add a class to this one and check it out. So see, so our primary color is red. So you can also do most of this is in the app. You can change your app color from here. You can change it to green and reload the page. Now our primary theme color is green. You can change it to lime and configure it, and you can also manually choose a dark mode and light mode from here. I think that's not working. Okay, I think that's not working there. So I can also toggle the dark mode instead of adding it manually or clicking a button or switching it. So if you add the auto dark mode, let's see what's going on. Let's name dark. Okay, auto dark mode is true. So let's remove this. Let's remove the class toggle. Let's just remove this one. So what the auto dark mode does is it checks if the user set the browser, if the user browser is using dark mode. So right now it will not work. So I have a plugin here, a dark mode plugin. So let me just switch on the dark mode on. Now you see I've set my preferences in my browser to dark mode, so now it's showing the app in dark mode. So when I switch on the dark mode plugin, then it detects my mode preference and I switch to that. So the dark mode, auto dark mode, has to do with your browser settings. So if you are someone that prefers dark mode, then the dark mode will toggle by itself. Then if you are not someone that use dark mode, then the light mode will toggle by itself. So it depends on how you want to implement it in your app. You may want to toggle it with a button, so I've already disabled it. Or you can still use this same together. You can still use the two together. So now our class toggle is back. maybe your user prefers dark mode, then the app will detect it by itself. So but in some cases they may want to just like to toggle it, but that one the toggle will not work now, I think. Let me just, yeah, I think, no, it's still working. It's working. So it depends on the preference of your users. So it's on, then it will get darker, then it's off again. So you can see how it's affecting the page. So even if you put a toggle there, it will still have effect on the page. So now it is in light mode. So in order to use the two together, you have to figure out a way to make them work so that they won't affect each other. So I think the difference between them is this theme dark doesn't affect the button. The theme dark doesn't affect the body, but the browser dark mode, it affects the button. You see, it has an extra shade to the button. It affected the button, but our toggle doesn't affect. So I think you want to go with the toggle, as that one works nicely with the page and everything, and it also preserve your classes. So I just do that one too. So another thing you can do is create your own custom theme. So you can also generate a theme from here. So let's say I want to generate a black theme. Can do it from here. Let's add. So you really see how it looks from here. So you can just copy the custom theme and add it to your app styles. And this is how the CSS classes. So I think right now you have figured out how to work with basic CSS classes in your Framework7 app. So that will be all for this video. I hope this video have helped you in your wappler journey. Thank you.